June is Men's Mental Health Month. Honestly, this is probably one of the most hardest videos to make, not because I don't know about the topic, because I care about it a lot. The problem is that it's difficult. It's difficult to talk about suicide, it's difficult to talk about depression, and it's difficult because I don't know you personally. I don't know who is watching this video. I don't know what you're going through. Maybe you're doing greater now. I know where than you're watching this video. Maybe you're struggling. Maybe you're struggling more than anybody else around you realize. And I don't claim to be an expert. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a therapist. I'm just a guy talking about what m- talking about what matters. And maybe something in this video will help you. That's actually everything I hope for. One thing I've always found interesting is that men's mental health is in June. And if you live somewhere like Netherlands or UK, you know that what winter is like in here. It's dark, it's rainy, and it's cold. Especially it's cold. The sun disappears. I think I have seen sun during winter like once. It's really dark in here. A lot of people feel worse during this month. They feel sadder, more tired, more isolated. And a lot of them keep telling themselves just make it to spring, just make it to summer, everything will feel better then. But sometimes summer arrives and nothing changes. The sun is out, the weather is nice, everything seems happy, and you still feel terrible. And that's a pretty scary feeling. You keep thinking about what's wrong with me? Why don't I feel better? And that's one of the reasons I wanted to make this video, because I know what it's like to go through difficult periods. Yeah, a few years ago I lived in Ukraine, and as you know, the war started. And one of the things I learned at a very young age is that tomorrow is never guaranteed. One day life is normal, the next day everything changes. You don't really understand that when you're younger. You think life is stable. You think things will always be there. Then reality reminds you that it isn't true. Everything I moved to, and eventually I moved to the Netherlands. And to be honest, those years were really difficult to me. I spent a lot of time isolated. I barely saw friends for around 2 years. I was mostly at home. I was living unhealthy. Everything felt wrong. And when you're isolated for that long, something strange happens. I mean, it isn't really that strange, but your social skills starts disappearing. Talking to people becomes harder. I can't even talk to a worker. If I want something, if I want to find something in a shop, I can't even talk to a worker. I couldn't. Then add the language barrier. On top of all of that, you're in a new country, you don't know many people, you don't know almost anyone. You feel like you don't belong here. I felt lonely, I felt pretty awkward, and I felt really behind. And honestly, I don't even like myself very much back then. At the same time, my father became seriously ill. My mother and I spent years helping take care of him, and eventually he passed away. I still remember seeing him after he died. That's one of the moments that never leaves you. It's hard to explain. Everything suddenly feels heavier, and when I look back at the period of my life, I've felt like everything was happening at once. The war, the move, the isolation, the loneliness, my father's illness, then losing him. At some point, it becomes difficult to carry all of it. And maybe some people watching this understand what I'm talking about. Maybe your life just keeps adding weight and eventually start wondering how much more you can handle. The thing is, when people see somebody who's struggling, they often only see final results. They don't see everything they led there. They don't see years of stress, the years of loneliness, the years of feeling stuck. And one thing I wish more people understood is this: most people don't want to end their life because they hate life. Most people want to escape the situation they're in. That's a huge difference. Because if you hate life itself, that's hopeless. But stages can change. Station improve, lives improve, people improve around you. And I know that because mine did. After those years, I went to an international school, eventually I moved to normal school. And slowly things started changing, not overnight, not magically. Slowly, I met friends. My social skills improved. I became more confident. I became healthier. I improved the way I looked. I started becoming someone I actually am proud of. One thing that keeps me going today is this thought. The version of me from years ago would be proud where I am now. Not because I'm famous, not because I'm rich, not because I achieved something incredible, but because I keep going. And that's something a lot of people need to hear. You don't have to become a millionaire. You don't have to become perfect. You just have to become a little better than you were before. One of the biggest steps is admitting you need help. And honestly, that's hard, especially for men. A lot of us have pretty big egos. We want to solve everything ourselves. We don't want to admit we're struggling. We don't want to admit we need help. But sometimes you do, and that's okay. I was lucky. My mother noticed something was wrong, and when she realized how serious it is, she acted immediately. She got me therapy, she supported me, she helped me, and honestly, I don't think I would be here if she hadn't done that. Sometimes reaching out feels impossible. It feels heavy, it feels so embarrassing. It feels like you're putting your problems onto somebody else. But reaching out can change everything. Talk to somebody, a parent, a friend, a therapist, a teacher, somebody. Because carrying everything alone doesn't make you stronger, it usually just makes you lonelier. Another thing that helped me was focusing on small improvements. A lot of people look at their life, see 20 different problems. No friends, bad sleep, bad habits, bad health, no confidence, and maybe no direction. And they feel overwhelmed. Of course they do. They have so much, they have 20 problems to solve at once. So don't fix one, just one, improve one thing, then improve another, then another, and that's how change actually happens. And a lot of Mm, Man, the gym becomes part of the process. People joke that gym is therapy, but honestly, for a lot of guys, it kind of is. You go there, you train, you focus on something, you leave some of the stress behind, and maybe the gym isn't your thing. That's completely fine. Maybe it's music, maybe it's drawing, maybe it's football, maybe it's starting a YouTube channel, maybe it's learning guitar, maybe it's piano, maybe it's something completely different. The point isn't what it is. The point is finding something that gives you a reason to keep moving forward. And please don't underestimate basic things. Sleep matters a lot. When your sleep is terrible, everything feels worse. Your emotion feels worse, your stress feels worse, your motivation disappears. I mean, it's logical because all of your hormones that keeps all your emotions regulating, they they don't get enough sleep. And if you don't sleep enough, you don't produce enough of those hormones, so you feel bad. It's logical. And of course, food matters too. I know when you're depressed, a lot of them start eating badly. Maybe they eat too much. Maybe they eat junk food constantly. Maybe they stop caring, and I understand why. For a few minutes, it feels good, but afterwards, you usually get worse. Your health get worse, your energy get worse, and of course, your confidence, your self-image get worse because you look at the mirror and you see that you are getting fatter. Maybe you get more skin problems. You know, you just don't feel as confident as you were. The small things matter more than people think. Good sleep, good food, exercise, sunlight, talking to people. None of those things solve everything, but they help. And we are struggling, even a little bit helps. Another mistake people make is comparing themselves to everybody. You know what they say, comparison is thief of joy. And maybe you're 25 and you're living with your parents. Maybe you don't have the career you wanted. Well, maybe you don't have the relationship you wanted. Maybe you feel behind, but comparing yourself to everybody else usually steals the joy from the progress you already made. Focus on your own path. Focus on becoming better than yesterday. That's enough. And if you're watching this video right now and you're in a really dark place, I want you to remember something. The future version of yourself doesn't exist yet. You don't know who you're going to become. You don't know who you're going to meet. You don't know what opportunities are coming. You don't know what the memories you have to make yet. You haven't seen all the sunsets yet going to see. You haven't meet all the people you're going to meet. You haven't experienced all the moments that could make life worth living. And maybe right now you can see that. Maybe right now everything feels hopeless. But hopeless lies. I learned that. And if there's one message I want people to take from this video is this. Most people don't want to die. They want their pain just to end. They want the situation to change. And situation can change. Life can change. You can change. I know because mine did. So if you're struggling, please reach out. Please talk to somebody. Please give yourself a chance. Because one day you might look back just like I do now and realize that the person you used to be will be proud that you stayed. And if you're still watching this video, that's already a good sign. I mean, some part still wants things to get better. Hold on that and keep going.